Hello, everyone, and welcome. Happy New Year to all of you. Whether the Gregorian calendar means something to you or not, we have a chance to wish each other a happy new day and a happy new year every single day, because every day dies to give space to the night. Every moment that passes gives space to the new. And today is a very special day for me because I'm gonna go back to the place where I chose to live, which is in this deep forest, crystalline, wild, pure, natural region, filled with mountains and birds and trees and natural, different, wild, exotic fruits and quite exotic people as well, if you want to know. And I come from a very dense region. It is a 2 million people city where you can find anything you want. All the comfort, all the food, all the colors of people in life, and it's great. There's nothing wrong about it. But since a very young age, I was craving something I didn't know what it was. I knew it was nature. I knew that I missed the silence and purity of the wilderness. Any chance I had to connect with birds and dogs and cats and chicken and plant and water, ocean, lakes, I would enjoy and take all the time and effort to connect deeply to it. But it was still pretty distance from me until I chose to actually live there and dive into it completely. And I really found myself in that when I was courageous enough to let go of myself and my expectations to life and fully embody the dream that I had. And every time that I would leave nature over these past 3 years, I would feel kind of desperate and scared and worried that I wouldn't be able to come back, or that I wouldn't find the purpose or the means to get back to my dream, which is nature itself. Look how noisy it is in the city. Oh my god. Well, I will leave it like this so that when I go back to nature and record videos again, we can all feel the difference together. So yeah, over 3 years of monastery and complete diving into the wilderness and completely shifting the way that I lived, the way that I worked and connected to people and experienced silence and everything. I was preparing myself for a visit in the wild concrete jungle, and I sat down in the grass and looked around the mountains and trees, and I was connecting to her and talking to her like, hey, please offer me the the will and the protection in that place, so that I will return to you. And I felt like I was in a bowl, like a bowl, like a soup bowl of mountains. I was in the center of it, and I was in her womb, completely loved and protected and safe and dissolved into her. And feeling lots of bliss and crying and melting and enjoying her completely. She told me, or I understood, that I am it. I can't touch it. All the beauty, all the splendor of it. I can't try to honor it or become it or buy it. There is nothing that I can do with her or for her rather than be her. And that completely shifted my life, because okay, I'm still most of the times in nature, but I realized that everything I thought that I was far away from, and everything that I craved to be with, to be together with, was myself. From a wild, natural perspective, of course, it makes sense to be with other like-minded natural elementals like hummingbirds and praying mantis and butterflies and eagles and wolves. It makes a huge difference. But while not everybody is there with me internally, energetically, while there are still people who fear nature, fear their own nature, think that nature is dirty, dangerous, unloyal, then I have all the freedom to move and spread the word around. You are nature itself. Nature responds to you at the same measure that you respond to yourself. If you are nature, what do you have to fear of nature? Of course, nature has the same power for life as it has for death. Of course, we can die if we are connecting to a snake or to a venomous spider. But death is not as imminent within a nature perspective as you are imminent to killing or to your own death. Once I was walking around these dry bushes, and I was so careful because the bushes, I was bare feet, and the bushes were so dry and they were cutting my feet and cutting my ankles. They were scratching and it was bleeding and hurting. And I was so confused that it was hurting so much because I was so careful. And then nature told me, just trust every step you take. If you trust every step you take, you won't get hurt. And then I breathed in deeply, And then I started walking with trust. Nothing was scratched anymore. That was unreal. I was just walking normally, like I was walking on flat, clean land, and it wasn't hurting. Whereas when I was careful, it was hurting all over. Another example I have is that I really enjoy walking bare feet all my life. If it's on wood, on stone, on concrete, on sand, on ground, on grass, on earth, everywhere. A few months ago, I was living in a place and I had 2 flip-flops with me. Flip-flop. One time, I was going to the forest and I had this intuition, like, go bare feet. But since it had rained the night before, I was like, no, I'm gonna get all my feet wet and dirty with mud. I'm gonna take I'm gonna go with flip-flops. And then, as I was in the nature, my flip-flops broke. They broke, and they weren't old or, rotten. They broke. All right, next time, in the same week, I was wearing the other pair of flip-flops. I was going to the forest, and nature or my own intuition told me, go bare feet. I'm like, no, because I don't know, this or that. It was sunny and it was gonna get my feet hot. So I went with flip-flops and then I broke the flip-flops. I'm not lying. I swear to you this is true. It's crazy. Crazy story. So I broke the freaking flip-flops. And then I mean, it was pretty easy to believe because the intuition had warned me, but I didn't listen. And then a friend who lived in that farm said I could wear his flip-flops, and a few days later, I was going to the forest. I'm not lying to you, seriously. And my intuition told me, go bare feet. I didn't go bare feet. So I broke my friend's flip-flop. This totally sounds like, I don't know, a fairy tale, but it's not, it's real. 3 flip-flops within a little bit more than a week broke. And I'm not a flip-flop breaker. I lose them sometimes. I lose one foot of the pair. I don't know how, but I don't break them. I walk lightly. But this time I broke 3 flip-flops in less than 10 days. Because I just had to go bare feet. Exchange energy with the earth. And whether I wanted it or not, I did. But for some reason, in those days, I was just wearing more flip-flops. I don't get it. So I got really bitter because I was living fully on nature. I wasn't making money. I was just isolated over 20 kilometers away from civilization. I would have to get a ride to go 20 kilometers to go to the city. And in that city, the goods were expensive and low quality. So I was gonna spend more money than I wanted for flip-flops that were much lower quality than I wanted. So I was really pissed off, like, yo, I can't buy flip-flops in this place. And I was bitter and angry. And I was taking a shower at the moment. And then I looked at my feet. That was like 2 days without flip-flops. I was looking at my feet and thinking of the flip-flops, and I'm like, yeah, but flip-flops break and they separate my connection to the Mother Earth. And they are not natural. And I contemplated that I had the most high-tech, indestructible, beautiful, useful, organic, and sacred flip-flops of all time and place of existence in the universe. I had and have feet. The realization of gratitude of having feet was so blissful. It's such a simple thing what I'm describing, but I had never stopped to thank my feet. They walk me everywhere. They work miracles. They can't be destroyed. Of course, I still wear shoes and flip-flops, but after that, it completely changed my connection with my body. And miraculously, a flip-flop appeared in that day that I was thankful for having feet. So the secrets of the Mother lies in surrendering, control, and being grateful for what you have. That will unlock all keys for prosperity, for feeling like a millionaire, which is what is necessary to actually becoming millionaire. But the riches that she can offer us are so much more valuable than just money. Receive that one for a second. So the last thing I want to share with you today is that it is about time that you know that you and nature are one. You are nature. So everywhere you go, you take with you her beauty, her magic, her energy, her love, and her life-giving power. So, of course, you can go and stay with her and bathe in her and give her your energy and attention. But don't forget that when you know that you are taking her everywhere you go, energetically, you are her advocate. You don't have to defend her. You don't have to yell at people who you feel like do her harm. You have to protect your sacred space. That is your beingness in the most natural, sexual, and spiritual expression. And I love this topic. I will definitely talk about this more. I would love to hear your thoughts and your feelings in the comment section. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and share. And Also subscribe to my content. All the videos are timeless. Of course, I made them when I had inspiration in that subject, but they all carry a vibration that is a seed of lightness and joy and purity and reconnection. So I love you very much and take care.